You ever notice how some of the most brilliant people you meet don't use complicated language? They speak with this profound, almost startling simplicity. Well, today, we're diving into the psychological truth behind this, revealing the hidden science of real intelligence.
So let's get right into this central paradox. It's a question that really challenges our whole idea of what genius looks and sounds like. The answer isn't about hiding intelligence. It's about having a complete and total mastery of it. And we're about to decode the definitive signs.
So how do you spot these intellectual giants walking among us? Here is sign number one. It's the foundational principle, and psychology has a name for it: radical simplicity. This is the first, and honestly the most crucial marker to look for.
Psychology is crystal clear on this. The most powerful sign of a superior intellect isn't the use of dense, impenetrable jargon. It's the exact opposite. It's that incredibly rare ability to take something wildly complicated, like a physicist explaining quantum mechanics with a simple analogy of a bouncing ball, and make it feel intuitive and clear to absolutely anyone.
This ancient wisdom just perfectly captures a core psychological truth. See, deep understanding isn't just about what you know personally, it's about achieving a shared clarity with others. True genius isn't measured by what's in your head, but by how effectively you can transmit that knowledge into another person's mind.
So, if you recognize these signs in someone you know, or hey, maybe even in yourself, share your observations in the comments. And be sure to like this explainer to help share these insights.
All right, let's move on to sign number 2, which builds directly on the first. This is where that raw intellect connects with human awareness. We call it the empathy bridge, and trust me, it's a total game changer. This second sign is basically a biological hack of emotional intelligence. Think about a skilled doctor who doesn't just list off a bunch of scary symptoms. Instead, they explain a complex diagnosis in a way that a frightened patient can actually understand and process it. It's a bridge built not just out of words, but out of genuine perspective.
So, here's the crucial part. Understanding how these two powerful signs connect, we've now arrived at the underlying principle, the core psychological truth that powers this entire phenomenon of eloquent simplicity.
Psychology really distinguishes between two main forms of intelligence. On one hand, you've got raw intellect, your IQ. That's the brain's pure processing power, its ability to handle data and abstract logic. But on the other hand, you have emotional intelligence, your EQ, and that's all about the awareness of human dynamics, emotion, and perspective.
And right here, this is the secret. Eloquent simplicity is not just a function of IQ, and it's not just a function of EQ. No, true genius, the kind that communicates with a profound, world-changing clarity, is born at the precise intersection where high IQ and high EQ fuse together.
But here's the best part. This isn't just some abstract theory about genius. It's a learnable skill. So now that we understand the theory, how can we actually put it into practice? How do we cultivate this potent form of communication for ourselves?
Here is a 3-step procedure that comes directly from this psychological truth. First, before you explain anything, you have to distill your idea down to its absolute, unshakable core. What is the one thing they need to get? Second, you have to actively build that empathy bridge. What is your audience's starting point? What do they already know? And third, use metaphors and analogies. That's how you translate the complex into the familiar.
So we end with this challenge. Think about a complex topic you understand deeply. Using these principles, how would you begin to simplify it for someone else? Your ability to answer that question, well, that's the truest test of your own mastery. Follow for more